First, look at some stippling I had done on my XC from McMullen Stipple Works. Grip texture obviously is kind of, a personal preference, and when I got my XC, there was really nothing I wanted to change about it, with the exception of the grip. For me, I just really prefer a super aggressive texture, especially on a gun that's going to be, like an open gun or a competition gun, a race gun, whatever. Something that I'm not going to be carrying concealed, where it's going to be rubbing up against my body. This is, kind of a game gun, if you will. I definitely want that grip texture as aggressive as it can be, so I can get as much traction from the grip to my palm as possible to help control recoil. My name is Dave Tim from Guns and Tactics. Thank you guys very much for spending a few minutes of your day checking out this video, where I am just taking a first look at the amazing stipple work I had done, again, from Brandon McMullen. He goes by McMullen Stipple Works on Facebook and Instagram. I'll put some info in the description below. But first things first, I do want to say that we did make a trade. He basically did a grip for me in exchange for me to check out, give him some feedback, and also do this video. However, he's not paying me to make any content. He's not, influencing what I'm about to say or anything like that, but he did provide the service for me for free. Now, I just want to get right out of the way and say it looks awesome. I'm going to get you some close-ups and some detail shots, but seriously, the attention to detail on the grip really is good, and it feels really nice. It is like an aggressive sandpaper, but not like sharp where it's gonna, cause, to get cuts or anything like that. But it feels really good. Now, one of the things that I kind of presented with him was I said, hey, I want a wraparound texture. So traditionally, as they come, most times there's, natural panel lines, whereas I wanted a complete 360-degree wraparound texture. And that's what he did for me. So you can see that he stippled the mainspring housing and then blended that into the grip body. And those were, kind of some ideas that I gave him as far as a package that, maybe he could come up with, or, try to have something that he could offer customers. Not that I have anything, against these lines or anything like that from the factory. If you can kind of contour them and shape them and kind of blend them all so you get kind of that 360-degree texture. I'm going to call this the Tim package. So if you reach out to Brandon and you say, hey, I want the Dave Tim package, it's probably going to be this. So super aggressive. He does have different levels of aggressive. There's several pictures on his pages. He has an EDC texture, which looks similar, but is actually softer to the feel, I'm told. I haven't, actually seen it in person, but that would be for something if you're going to be carrying inside the waistband, appendix, things like that, where the gun's going to be up against your body, where you still want a little bit extra traction, maybe a little bit different contour, but you don't want quite that rough grip rubbing against you. That would be his EDC. Otherwise, he does have more aggressive. Now, basically what I told him is I said, make it as aggressive as you can, and it is. I mean, it's almost like just the peaks are just like little points where they just really grab your grip, your palm, really, really nice. And again, we did that 360 wraparound, and then we also wrapped it around the front as well. And again, the whole thing just came together really, really nicely. He does follow the factory lines of the grip. No fancy borders or anything like that, no fluff, just exactly what I wanted, just to follow the lines and fill it in with a nice aggressive texture. Now, we did also kind of talk about the mainspring housing. I know some people are gonna say, well, hey, you can't stipple the mainspring housing, you don't wanna weaken that or whatever. And I took this apart when I did my installation, and we did not remove very much material at all, just a little bit basically for the contour. So I'm not worried about strength or integrity or anything like that of holding the mainspring, and everything looks fine. In fact, if you really have to look for the seams, it's that good that it blends together really nicely. Now, how it all works is basically you ship him your grip, he performs the service, you send it, he sends it back to you, shipped and insured. Now, if you're not an armor or gunsmith, it can be a little bit of a challenge to disassemble a 2011 for the first time. Now, I'm a certified 1911, 2011 armor. I've been through numerous courses, so for me, it wasn't too bad. In fact, I actually had a grip sent to him. The service was performed. I received this grip module. I did a couple little teasers, which, by the way, if you're not watching, our shorts and our reels, usually I give you guys sneak peeks of what's coming up in those short videos or those reels. But anyways, I did an unboxing of this, and immediately I was impressed. So then I put it all back together. Probably took me, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. I did a little bit of cleaning and lubrication while I was in there, while I had, was under the hood, if you will. But assembly wasn't too bad. You're seeing kind of some overlay footage. I got to be really cautious with YouTube. They're kind of getting a little more strict when it comes to assembly, gunsmithing, stuff like that. So it's not a how-to video or anything like that. I'm going to see if we can maybe do something like that in the future on a different platform. But all in all, it came together really, really nicely. Another little pro tip is if you are going to be having grip work done and you're thinking about doing a trigger at the same time, that would be the time to do it, because you can easily get a drop-in trigger. And I use the term drop-in with quotes because you might have to do a little bit of fitting, but with the Gen 2 grip modules, they are a lot more drop-in than what they used to be. There's really no true drop-in when it comes to a 2011. You generally are going to have a little bit of fit, but usually a gunsmith type thing, but most crafty people are capable of doing such things. So all in all, though, I'm really, really happy with the grip work. I had him preserve the star just because I like the Staccato logo, but everything just came together. Now, I have shot this. I taught at a SWAT conference in the Midwest last weekend, so I used this as part of my demo, and I also let several other students use it. And, you know, I had maybe one student out of the bunch who was just kind of like, man, that's kind of sharp. I think he had an office job for real. You know, I don't know if his day job, I think it was behind a desk, but every shooter that I let try it, everybody that I let try it at the trade show then as well, absolutely loved the texture. They were like, yeah, that is nice. Now here's the other thing you got to know. Going into it, pricing and availability. Right now his turnaround time is just a few days. You contact him, pricing starts at $240. He will work with you to determine what texture you want, if you want the star preserved, not preserved, if you want the mainspring housing done, if you want the wrap, if you want the finger pad up here texture done. You know, those are all little extras that add on. It's kind of like Subway. You can have it your way, but he has to work with you to make sure he gets it to you your way, and pricing starts about $240. Now, here's the other elephant in the room, is that technically, yes, this could void your grip warranty. So for example, if you had anybody perform any stippling or grip service to your grip module, and then that grip were to crack or fail, Staccato may not warranty it. Now, I do a little bit of brand ambassador, blue team stuff with Staccato, so I have a pretty good relationship with them, and everybody that I talk to just raves about their customer service. Now, I'm not saying that they would honor a modified or altered grip for warranty, but I'm just saying they would at least work with you and try to give you the best customer service they could, because, like I said, they're just a stand-up company. I wouldn't partner them, I wouldn't work with Staccato if they weren't, and I truly, truly appreciate how good their customer service is. So I own several Staccatos. Customer service has always been awesome. Thankfully, I haven't had to use it, but I have talked to a couple of people who have, because sometimes stuff happens, and they said that the customer service was absolutely phenomenal, especially for duty guns and things like that. But all in all, if you're looking for grip service, fast turnaround times, very, very reasonable priced, I'm very impressed. I've had grip service done by some other people, and this is, you know, just a little bit different, a little more unique than some of the other mainstream stuff out there. I'm going to be doing some more grip, you know, kind of stuff as well. But I have to say that overall, I'm very impressed. This is a super aggressive texture that I really like it. It really just locks into your hand, and then once it locks into that hand, you know, you can really control recoil. So I'm going to have some more range footage in the future. I'll be doing kind of more of a full review on the pistol. I say review probably with air quotes as well, because I do have a relationship with Staccato, so I'm just going to probably be sharing my thoughts. It'll kind of just be like shooting with Dave with the pistol, but you'll get to see more of the grip as well in detail and things like that. But the grip turned out absolutely amazing. It is awesome. For more information to get grip work done for your Staccato, check him out, Brandon McMullen, super nice guy. I've had nothing but good things to say about my communication. He's been fast to get back to me, and like I said, his turnaround time is really good. McMullen Stipple works. You can find him on Facebook and on Instagram. I will have info in the section below. Make sure you tell him Dave Tim from Guns and Tactics sent you. And if you want your own Tim package, you got to mention that by name. I'm just kidding. I don't get a kickback or anything, but we were just joking around that this would kind of be something that I would work with him on. So anyways, that'll about do it. If you guys have any questions about this or anything else firearms related, go ahead and sound off in the comment section below, or you can send us an email. That email address is theqa@gunsandtactics.com. It's on the screen right now. At the end of the month, I answer your questions. We have an end of the month QA series. We give away a prize. We answer your questions. I try to share knowledge. It's a good old time. You can also find that wherever you find your podcasts as well if you don't want to look at my ugly mug. If you do like the content, please like, share, subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, one of the best ways you can do so is through our Patreon page. Search for Guns and Tactics. There are different levels with different benefits. We do appreciate your generosity, as it does help keep the lights on. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great day.